So hey guys, and welcome back to another Axel 72 video, and today I'm here with another interview. I'm here with Ricky Gorman. How are you, lad?
I'm very well, thank you, brother. I'm very well. How are you keeping?
I am great, thank you very much. I'm very much appreciating you doing this interview.
Hey, no problem at all. No worries. Thank you very much for having me on. It's very nice.
Great. So if you're new around here and you haven't yet subscribed, to please do so. Like it if you do indeed like the video, and let's get straight into it. So, making sure all my facts are right, you're a 26-year-old heavyweight and you're about to make your professional debut.
That's right. Yeah, I'm going to be making my debut very soon. I'm going to be very active this year, so got to change the manager. So yeah, it's going to be a good, exciting year for me with plenty of fights.
Great. So we'll start with the question which I always like to start off with, and that is, who inspired you to get into boxing?
Who inspired me to get into boxing? I don't. Something. It was it's a funny thing. Boxing's always just been around the family for years. I can be totally honest. Like, always been around the family for years. Like, I started boxing at like 6-year-old. But I suppose everybody out there always had like idols and stuff, and following like boxing heroes such as your Roy Jones Juniors, your Mike Tysons, Muhammad Ali, and the list went on and on. So just really, it was more or less the thrill of like hearing the boxers' names being called out, seeing what was going on, and I just loved the sport from being a kid, to be honest.
Great. So that is kind of answering my next question of why you chose to get into boxing.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. So yeah, family thing. Every one of us box. Pretty much all of us. We all like boxing. It's just something that's just been in the family for feels like 1,000 years. We all love it, and that was probably the reason why I'm in it. It was my family as well, but I don't box for my family. I box for myself because I like the sport.
Yes. So am I right in saying you're related to Nathan Gorman, correct?
That's correct, yeah.
And does that mean you're also somewhat related to like Tyson Fury?
Yeah, that's correct.
All right, great. So what is it like being related to two people that are like doing so well in the sport?
Yeah, listen, it's marvelous. It is. It's very good. There's another list of them out there. Of in my family what also does really well as well. You got young Huey Fury, which is is another good one.
Yes, I've heard about him.
He's doing really well. So just what can I say? You just want to get there yourself. That's pretty much it.
Definitely.
You see them doing it, and you think, right, okay, they're doing it. But I don't follow no man's path. I like to follow my own path. They're doing what they're doing. I'm doing what I'm doing. So, I tell you something. Many a man's going to be watching another plate of food while his own dinner's going cold. So,
yes,
keep on.
It's a great quote from you there, mate. So obviously, like everybody else, you would have started in the amateurs. And if you can remember, I don't know how long ago it was for you when you had your first amateur fight, and what happened in that first amateur fight.
Well, I can remember my first amateur fight. Yeah, I had my first amateur fight at 13. It was at Crewe Alexandra Football Stadium.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was at Crewe Alexandra Football Stadium. So, yeah, it was a good event. I ended up fighting a kid there. I can't remember his name. Oh, gosh, I can't remember his name. Amazing, isn't it? After all them years, just bang, it's out your brain. I fought Crewe Alexandra Football Stadium, and I got the win. I won by unanimous decision.
Okay, so, I mean, obviously you kicked off on a good start then. A lot of people don't always.
No, not always. Amateurs, it's just a learning game anyway, so it makes no difference. It's just learning your craft, basically. That's all it is.
Definitely.
Big difference between amateur and professional.
So then you went on to have more amateur fights. Do you remember about what the number was?
Yeah, I had loads, mate. I had like a successive amount of bouts. Like, I had a good few. And then I come out of... Like, I tell you what it was with me as well. I was never really at a gym long enough to say, because I boxed for like so many different gyms. I boxed for Crewe, I boxed for Macclesfield, I boxed for Crewe, trained out at Macclesfield. I didn't box for Macclesfield, trained for Crewe, but trained out at Macclesfield, boxed for Nathan Clark, South Cheshire, boxed then at the Gloves in Liverpool. Then I trained everywhere. I was a gym mouse, mate. I was everywhere. I was in every amateur gym you could think of. I was all over the shop.
Right.
Northwich gym. I trained everywhere. So it was always good to be round gyms, getting round gyms.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can pick up little pieces off every one of them. You know, that gym does such a thing. Another gym may work on something else. Another gym may work on something else, and you just keep adding it, until it makes the perfect picture, basically.
Mm-hmm. So obviously you've now decided this is the time to leave the amateurs and come to the professionals. Why have you made that decision?
Well, mate, if I can be totally honest with you, I'm going to be very straight with you. I'm a very honest person. I left the amateur circuit at 18,
Mm-hmm.
and my last fight was in Nantwich Civic Hall against lad's name's from Yorkshire. And that was my last amateur fight.
Mm-hmm.
And if I can be honest with you, from then I never boxed until I went away from the sport. I didn't box anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to do boxing really. And then, I mean, I've had 7 years at the ring. So it's a long time.
Yeah.
A long time. And I wasn't interested anymore in boxing. And I mean that, honestly, because it was repetition of doing the same thing day in, day out. You know, I'll be totally honest. And the first hold my hands up and say, hey, I'm honest here. I just thought to myself, I don't want to do this no more.
Mm.
And then one day, I mean, I ballooned up in weight as well. I was about 24.5 stone.
Right.
I mean,
okay.
I went colossal big.
Mm.
And then I thought to myself, you know what, I can't keep living like this. Can't keep doing this. I'm gonna get this level. I'm gonna correct this. And one day, my cousin was going to the gym, and I was massive, mate, so on this seat, and I never had no intention of ever going to a boxing gym again. And he said to me, "Come on, let's go to the gym." And I went down there, and honestly, I'm not just saying it. I got a bug.
Yeah.
Instantly.
Mm.
I mean, it was instant. I got a bug instantly. I went, oh, it's on. Fought him back. Second day of being back in the gym at 24 stone, I was sparring a 2-time national champion.
Wow.
And, you know, from Michael Jennings' gym, and no disrespect, speak the truth. I always find that the truth is the best policy you can have.
Mm.
I took him apart at 24 stone.
That's very impressive.
So I thought, what on earth? And then my trainer, Terry Spencer, he looked at me and said, what are you doing?
Mm.
And then here we are now, 13 months later. You know, I've lost like 6.5 stone in weight.
Impressive. Congratulations.
Yeah, I've shared the ring with, you know, the likes of Tom Aspinall.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I've had Norwegian champions down. I've sparred with Stan Burtons. Stan Burtons is a Swedish lad. He boxes on the Swedish tour. He's a good kick and, you know, can fight. So a massive lad. National champions. My list goes on and on in the sparring ranks, you know, which I'm very fortunate of.
Mm-hmm. So you just kind of decided that now this is the time. You've fed up with the amateurs and you've just decided that now is the time, which is completely fair, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. You know, exactly. Yeah, it's 100%. You know, with my style, I've got a professional style as well. Like, I like to sit down on my feet, and when I get someone hurt, I like to get on them. Mm-hmm. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
Which is good. I'm a big man. I mean, I'm 6'4.5". I'm 18.5 stone. I'm a big kid.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I can throw my hands just like everyone else.
Yeah.
And I enjoy it.
Yeah, that's the most important thing, really. Like, because I mean, a lot of fighters, you didn't mention like having the break through COVID. A lot of fighters did. Well, like I've spoke to, they've said that they struggled to want to keep going through COVID and stuff like that. So I'm sure maybe being stuck inside for such a long time kind of was another reason why you wanted to carry on.
Yeah, exactly. You know, yeah, of course. I mean, I was lucky. I mean, I wasn't in the boxing gym when COVID was about, to be quite honest. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't training then. So for me, I was just doing day-to-day life. And then I only started back boxing April last year. That was it. And now that's what sort of the differences in my life has been since April last year. That's how it's changed.
Yeah.
That's how my life's altered since April last year. It's just completely gone like a whirlwind up. But I didn't take no easy goes. I mean, 21 stone, I was down at Team Cowbon sparring, you know, number 4 in the world heavyweight UFC fighter. You know, with no sparring experience, nothing. Just, yeah, come on, I'll go down there sparring. And then, you know, I've been grateful enough to be a sparring partner for that man for 3 of his fights. You know, Curtis Blades, the other big tall man he just fought, and then the White Polar Bear. So 3 elite fighters I've been Tom's sparring partner for.
Yeah,
I get on with Tom really well.
Yeah, he seems like a great guy.
He is. Pity about his injury, wasn't it, in that fight?
Yeah, it was a real shame that injury.
Was.
But I'm sure he'll be back stronger.
He will be back stronger again soon. Yeah.
All right, so we'll carry on with you. So you then kind of mentioned the fact that you changed who you're working with now, and
Yep.
so is that kind of the reason why that a fight, which I mean I read about a bit, you were meant to possibly make your pro debut a bit earlier,
Yep.
but was that cancelled just because of the fact of the people you were working with in the past weren't doing as well, or was it just something else?
Yeah, it was nothing like really about that, I mean, I had another offer came on the table from another manager as Tom Aspinall. Paul Smith Jr. And Paul Smith came along and he said to me, "Look, would you like basically to come down and have a meeting?" Which I did. And I thought to myself, you know what? Yeah, I would. So I went down there, listened to what he had to say. I get on with Paul. Me and Paul speak quite regular on the phone and stuff, and I've listened to the options he's given me. He's around boxing. He's challenged for 3 world titles himself. His family's all in boxing. They know the game. I come from a boxing family, and it sort of went hand in hand. So that was it. And I'm happy. I've got a good coach. I've got a good team, mate. I can't say I haven't got a very good team. I've got a good strength conditioning coach. I've got a good manager. I've got a good trainer. I've got great sponsors, which I'm very grateful for. So I'm in a very, very good place. I'm in a happy place. Boxing's the only job I do. I don't have another job. I box. That's it. So I'm a very blessed and lucky man.
Yeah, definitely. So you're then now looking, and you said you've got another date in line. Am I right to know this date?
Yeah, there'll be an announcement dropping soon. I've got a couple of dates in mind for me and my manager is more than over. Obviously, I can't say nothing on that yet, but it'll be announced very soon. It'll all be getting announced. So finally get this debut up and running, get out the way, and then hopefully, get to 2 to 3-0 before Christmas. That's what we're aiming for. So
great. Wow. Okay. Quick start. I like it.
Yeah, it's going to be busy.
So you've kind of, from what I've seen, you might be going into with VIP boxing and possibly, or is it somebody else you're going to be starting off with your fights, or can you not really say?
I can't really speak too much about, but I'm just there's one thing you can get with me is I'll always be in good exciting fights.
Definitely.
For anyone who doesn't know me, I'll be in good exciting fights. If anyone who hasn't watched me, I'm an exciting man for an heavyweight. I've got fast feet. I've got good hands, and I can throw bombs if it needs to be. Yeah. No problem at all. But I've got a very good general ring IQ. I'm not just one of these that's going to come in here doing this.
Yeah. I mean, sorry.
It's not my style, that.
Yeah, definitely. So you've kind of answered my next question there, which is kind of just like why people should come and watch you. And yeah, from what it seems, that's the answer.
With me, I mean, boxing, they pay good money to come and watch you. I don't want to let no one down, especially myself. I don't want to let myself down. So if you're coming to watch me, I want to put on an entertaining thing for you. Let me put it this way. If you go to the circus and you watch a man over there juggling pins, or you watch a man over there wrestling with a lion, everyone's going to go and watch the man wrestling. It's entertainment. I'm an entertainer. I'm a wonderful entertainer. And I want to give people entertainment, excitement, and value for the money. I want to come watch me and say, wow, let's watch that again. I want to be a fresh air to this heavyweight division. I just want to be something different, something totally different. And the most importantly, not acted, being who I am. What I generally am. I am an entertainer, born entertainer. If ever we have a party together, you'll see I'm the heart, soul, and life of that party.
Great. I mean, I can kind of tell that from your personality that you are here to spruce up the division and bring a new life into it in a way.
100%. Listen, I don't want to be a scripted person stuck behind a microphone, being scripted to things. That's not me. I believe in live and let live. Be a good person. Be who you are, and that's it. And I just want to be me. I just want people to say, well, you know what? Whatever Ricky Gorman was, whatever Ricky Gorman wasn't, he was true. At least he was a man, and he was real. and he spoke real, and he gave good insight. And I would help anybody if I could. If there was any means, a way of helping someone, I would help them genuinely out of the fact that that's just who I am. That's how I was raised. I believe you should never look down on anybody unless you're lifting them up. That's it. See, there's too many bad people in boxing. I don't understand. I don't know why, you want to chuck your toys out the pram and be naughty and get this bad persona about it. It's a gentleman's sport. Conduct yourself in the right manner, and then just enjoy it and let them do the talking. It's going to happen, so that's it.
Yeah.
And just enjoy it.
Yeah. It seems like you're coming in with good morals and a good mindset just to go straight into it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's nothing personal. It's just a job at the end of the day.
Definitely.
The man who I fight, I hope he goes home safe to his family or whatever, same as me. I'd say it's nothing personal. I hope after the fight, I can buy him a Nando's.
All right, okay. And so I've only got a couple more questions left. But this one, which I feel like will be a fun one from you, how far do you think you can go in the sport? You haven't quite started your professional career yet, but how far do you believe you can go?
After what I've been told off different people, mate, and going off, never mind what other people say, because listen, there's a lot of people out there what can fill your ears with what you want to hear. You've got with your stuff, and that aim. If you don't make it look back and say, "Wow," I believe managed right with the right amount of fights. Let me get active. There's no end to where I can go. I'm just totally different to most of these things. What's about now? I ain't gonna be stuck there throwing a big 1-2 backhand. It's not my style. And who knows? Who knows? Genuinely, who knows? Who knows? I believe I've got a very successful career coming in the heavyweight division. That's just me. I put it on my back. My back's broad enough to bear it, and I'm gonna be true to myself. Of course, I'm gonna give myself a chance. I watch most of these other heavyweights, and I think, well, why couldn't I handle you? It's not for the sake of giving myself false encouragement or false ideas in my brain. I generally look at it and weigh it up and think, yeah, it's more than handleable enough. So why not?
Why not, indeed. And I'll leave it with this last question, which I always like to ask for the fighters. You've got a little bit of a platform here, and would you like to shout anything out?
Would I like to shout anything out? Not really. Yes, I would on something. Yes, if it's all right. Yes, I'd like to say something. Recently, a young man who is actually first cousin to my wife has just been stabbed. Named Rico Burton.
My apologies.
Yeah, well, he's also first cousin to the heavyweight champion of the world as well, Tyson Fury.
I heard about this, yeah.
Yeah, he recently lost his life, so I want to just put a message out there to everybody, every young person who's watching this, and, anybody, not just young people in general, please stop carrying knives. Let's come together and let's put an end to this. I want all knives disposed of, and, let's just go out and enjoy yourself. It's called going for a night out. It's not called going to hurt people. Let's stop this. If you know people in a crowd, if you're personally not carrying a knife yourself, but if you know people in a crowd that you're around and they're carrying knives, give them this message and say, look, stop carrying these things. It's ruining people's lives. People's got families at the end of the day, and it's traumatizing, it's hurtful. So this is it. It should just be put to bed and stopped. And that is the top and tail out of it. And that's the message I like to put out to everybody. And every young person thinking it's big and clever to be doing this, it really isn't. It's not a big thing. Stay in school, learn an education, and go on the right path. And just because she, and Larry's doing it, forget them. Let them crack on and do what they got to do, and find your own self and say, I'm not doing that. And all you can do is advise them and tell them. Say, look, it's not a right way of being. Everyone's got to take this into their own perspective and say, it's wrong and it is disgusting. It's awful. There's a little kid who's just been shot 9 years of age in Liverpool. I can't believe what I'm hearing. It's absolutely heartbreaking. I've got a heart as big as a lion. And hearing stuff like this it really is traumatizing for people. It's hurtful. Really hurtful.
Great. Well, a great message, what you're saying then. I completely agree with what you're putting out there, and I respect you very much just for using your platform to be able to promote something that shouldn't be a thing, and trying to wiping out that kind of thing. And I hope one day the world will be in a position where they won't be having these kind of problems.
Yeah, exactly. I hope so too, mate. I really mean that, honestly.
No.
That stuff, it's just so dangerous. It's not safe. Really isn't. The world isn't safe, and this is what's scary. You're a young person, and I'm only a young man, and even I sometimes, it's the truth. You could look around yourself and think, hold on, I'm in a bit of a dodgy spot here, and through genuinely of none of cause of your own. It's just what generally people out there are doing, and it's horrible.
Yeah.
So
it's really disgusting.
It's absolutely disgusting. So I just, it's like it's a crime now as well for someone to say hello to you in the street without someone eyeballing you, I was at a low. What's your problem? I don't know what's going on with people. I really don't.
No, it's definitely in a bit of a strange position at the moment. But like I said, I very much respect you for using your platform to speak out against it.
Yeah.
And I very much appreciate you doing this interview, my friend.
There you are, more than welcome. Anytime after the debut, we'll have an interview again.
Great. Okay, definitely.
We'll have a chat after the debut.
Yes, and I'm sure it won't be too long until you're fighting for them belts.
Won't be long at all. An announcement's coming very soon, so. Yeah.
Alright, great. So if you're new around here though and you haven't yet subscribed, please do so. Like the video if you do indeed like the video, and thanks for watching.